Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Secretary General of the OIC, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum.
Pakistan welcomes this meeting of the OIC Committee of the Six on Palestine to discuss the extremely grave situation in the occupied Palestinian territory and Jerusalem. Pakistan expresses its deep concern at the continued deterioration of the situation in the occupied Palestinian territories, including occupied Jerusalem, especially Al-Aqsa Mosque. Pakistan also strongly condemns the continued killing and wounding of Palestinian civilians, including children, violation of the sanctity of the holy places, the demolition of Palestinian homes, and the forceful displacement of Palestinian families, and the brazen murder of the Palestinian journalist Shireen Abu Akleh. There is no question in anybody's mind that Israel's action in the occupied Palestinian lands, the seizure of land and properties for Israeli settlements, the violence against unarmed Palestinian children, women and men, and the blockade of Gaza are grave violations of the UN Security Council and General Assembly resolutions and international law, including humanitarian law. At this somber juncture, we reaffirm our unflinching solidarity with the government and the people of Palestine, who are valiantly defending their legitimate rights and preserving their Arab and Islamic identity. We salute their courage in facing unabated Israeli oppression. The 48th Ministerial Meeting of the Foreign Ministers of the OIC countries adopted the Islamabad Declaration on the 23rd of March 2022, which inter alia re-emphasized the centrality of the question of Palestine and Al-Quds Al-Sharif for the Muslim Ummah, reaffirmed its principle and continued all-level support to the Palestinian people to regain their inalienable, legitimate national rights, including their right to self-determination and the independence of the State of Palestine along the 1967 borders with Al-Quds Al-Sharif as its capital, and reaffirmed that Al-Quds Al-Sharif is an integral part of the occupied Palestinian territory of the State of Palestine, and called on the international community to compel Israel, the occupying power, to desist from its colonial practices and abide by all international resolutions on the city of Al-Quds Al-Sharif, and to refrain from all measures, practices, and decisions aimed at altering the charter and legal status of the holy city. The OIC owes its genesis to the Palestinian issue. The Muslim world must continue to exhibit strong solidarity and support for their Palestinian brothers and sisters. As the chair of the OIC Council of Foreign Ministers, Pakistan remains ready to join hands with other OIC member states in any move to stop the ongoing bloodshed and restore the human dignity and human rights of the Palestinian people in the occupied territories. The festering wound of Israeli occupation and atrocities in occupied Palestine is the principal source of instability, tensions, and conflict in the entire Middle East. To bring peace and stability to the Middle East, the issue of Palestine, the source of the region's insecurity and its multiple conflicts, must be effectively addressed as the first and most urgent priority. Mr. Chairman, all necessary steps must be taken to stop the ongoing aggression against the Palestinian people. We call for immediate actions on the following. 1. The international community must protect the Palestinians against the blatant and illegal use of force and flagrant violations of human rights. It should urgently intervene and take concrete actions to stop Israeli atrocities against the civilian population. 2. Attempts to create a false equivalence between Israel, the aggressor, and Palestine, the victims, are inexcusable. As the collective voice of the Muslim world, the OIC should work in unity to dispel this deliberate, deceptive perception. 3. Israel's crimes against humanity should not escape accountability. Appropriate accountability mechanisms should be created to seek justice against Israel's violations of international law, including the Fourth Geneva Convention and other human rights conventions. 4. The two-state formula involving the establishment of a sovereign, contiguous and viable Palestinian state living side by side with Israel within recognized and accepted pre-1967 boundaries will, with Al-Quds al-Sharif as its capital, offers the only solution to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. A peace process to achieve this objective must be revived. Let me conclude by reaffirming Pakistan's abiding support for the Palestinian people in their just struggle to secure legitimate rights, particularly their inalienable right to self-determination. Thank you.